Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear me, students? Hello. Yes. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ 10 ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ CBSE ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು, ಗುಡ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಗೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಇಷ್ಟ ದೇವತೆಗೆ, ಗುರು ಹಿರಿಯರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿ ಇಂದಿನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸಗಳನ್ನು ಏಕಾಗ್ರಚಿತ್ತದಿಂದ ಶಾಂತ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಿಂದ ಮಾಡಿ ಮುಗಿಸುವ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲು, ಕಲಿತ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕದಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳುವ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲು, ಜ್ಞಾಪಕದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಬರೆಯುವ ಬುದ್ಧಿಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲು ಇಷ್ಟ ದೇವತೆಗೆ, ಗುರು ಹಿರಿಯರಿಗೆ, ಕುಲದೇವರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆಯನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿ. ಟೇಕ್ ಡೀಪ್ ಬ್ರೆತ್ಸ್. Yes, welcome you all. Good evening. Priya Kulkarni. Yes. So in the previous class, in the chapter chemical reactions, almost we are coming to the last part of the chapter. Chemical reactions and equations. Time is changed. Instead of 8:30, we'll meet daily at 8 p.m. Chemical reactions and equations. And I think we are learning the second part of the chapter. It is class 10. Note that class 10 state and CBSE students can join now. State and CBSE. If you do not belong to this stream, it is not your class. It is class 10 state CBSE first chapter chemistry. We learnt in the previous class types of reactions, right? So in the types of the reaction, we already completed combination reaction, different types of combination reaction. You recall them. I will take questions now. Then decomposition reactions. Be ready with the study. I will ask you questions, give you multiple choice questions, competitive exam questions. Then we studied in the previous class displacement reactions, and still we are left with today with the double displacement reaction. We are learning today double displacement reactions, and the last reaction is redox reactions. Single displacement reaction we studied in the last class, and application in daily life, application of oxidation reaction in daily life. We'll see. That is, one is corrosion as per the syllabus, and another one is rancidity. We'll learn in the last class. Then I will take some questions. Then I will take a test, multiple choice question test. Join the WhatsApp group. Welcome Sanvi Kulkarni, Prabhanjan. Welcome you all. Okay. So let us continue with the double displacement reaction. And I think you remember this. Please stand. Carefully. My aunt Zara is late having cooked smart gravy gold. This is the reactivity series. Keep this reactivity series in your mind in the correct decreasing order. Hydrogen is the only non-metal which is at the center. The metals above hydrogen are more reactive. The metals below hydrogen are less reactive. Therefore, gold and silver are called as noble metals. Gold even not attacked by sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is such an acid which can attack most of the metals and non-metals, but even sulfuric acid cannot attack gold. Therefore, gold is gold. Right? Gold is cannot rust, cannot undergo corrosion because it is chemically totally inactive. Therefore, they are called as noble metals. And copper, silver, gold are called as coinage metals also. Okay, just for your information, I am telling you. So, move on to the next one. The double displacement reactions. Yes, what are double displacement reactions? We'll see now. I will take one reaction here. You take in a test tube. I will give you some experiments which are colored reactions you can observe. In a test tube you take. In a test tube you take sodium chloride solution. Sodium chloride solution in water. Generally, this is a double displacement reaction. We completed this. Now we are learning this. Double displacement reaction. We take sodium chloride in aqueous solution. Add some silver nitrate. What is the formula of silver nitrate? Silver Az, nitrate NO3. Formula Az plus 1 minus 1. Silver nitrate. Given the name, you should be in a position to write the formula. Given the formula, you should be in a position to write aqueous solution. You add some silver nitrate solution. What is your observation? Your observation is immediately you will get white colored precipitate. Observation is white PPT. Generally, precipitate in short written as what is precipitate means. The meaning of precipitate is the insoluble substance. Insoluble substance form a solid substance. Generally, it will be a solid substance. So, left in the test tube. And how you can understand is you take a test tube, right? Even sodium chloride solution you take. In another test tube, you take a silver nitrate before adding it. And these are clear solutions. Means if you hold to the light, they are transparent. After adding silver nitrate to it, you hold to the light here. It is a non-transparent because lot of insoluble substance will form the solid substance. So that is called as precipitate. Generally, precipitate is represented by the arrow mark. So this is observation of this experiment and how to write the chemical equation for it. Let us write the chemical equation. The chemical equation for this is, first of all, we will write reactants. What are the reactants? Sodium chloride aqueous solution. You are writing it as NaCl. Already you are perfect in writing formula, symbols. And that is the basic thing to develop your chemistry to the next level. Aqueous solution, silver nitrate, aqueous solution. See, when you mix them, now the question is, what this white precipitate is? White precipitate is formed by exchange of ions. Observe, here Na plus ion, Cl minus ion, here Az plus ion, NO3 minus ion. When they are put in water, they will completely ionize in aqueous solution. Of them, Az plus and Cl minus ions will combine, they form the insoluble precipitate. So that will form AgCl, will be a white colored precipitate, solid. It is a solid. White, in short, precipitate. In chemistry, we write it as PPT plus. Remaining Na plus and NO3 minus will be left colorless aqueous solutions. Colorless aqueous solution. Are you getting me? And means only Az plus and Cl minus are participating in it and give the precipitate because they form insoluble mixture, that is called as precipitate. Now what is your observation is, this in this particular reaction ions are exchanged. Ions are exchanged. Such a reaction is called as a double displacement reaction. Double, try to understand the concepts clearly. As soon as you understand the concepts, you get ready to face the tests, exams, questions. As many questions you solve as possible, your preparation will be ready. Double displacement reactions. Double displacement reaction, right? The reaction in which the reaction which involves exchange of ions of reactants, exchange of ions of reactants in aqueous solution. Generally, double displacement reaction takes place in aqueous solutions only. Aqueous solution is called double displacement reaction. Write the definition. Double displacement reaction. Have the habit of writing displacement reaction. Writing means a double take. Reading means a single take. After reading a definition, to make it perfect, minimum 3 to 4 times you have to memorize, so that in your class teacher, if asked the question, you can spontaneously answer. To make a perfect one definition, suppose your teacher asks you, what is a double displacement reaction? If suppose any inspector comes to your class, tests you, the reaction which involves exchange of ions, underline the word ions of what? Reactants in which solution? Aqueous solution, is called double displacement reaction. Is the correct, complete, meaningful definition of the double displacement reaction. You can write it in the board exam. This one, double displacement reaction, right? So this is the reaction, right? Now I will give few more examples, verbal reactions I will give. You have tried the balanced equation. Barium chloride, I will write verbal equations and I will give you time, you write and then verify. Barium chloride solution, aqueous solution, when mixed with sulfuric acid, I think you have taken, check whether the equation is balanced. Easy balanced, Cl balanced, Na balanced, NO3 balanced, and the equation is balanced. We'll see some more double displacement reactions, how they take place. In the double displacement reaction, if any colored precipitate occurs, it is called as colored. That is called as precipitate. Precipitate is nothing but insoluble solution. Sulfuric acid give the rise to, guess the products, dash plus a dash. Now observe carefully. Correct answer. Priya Kulkarni. Yes. Sanvi Kulkarni. NaCl, correct answer. Good evening, Pratham. Yes, good evening, all of you. See here, you have tried the formula. What is the formula? Barium chloride, BaCl2. Why? BaCl2 plus 2 minus 1. Cross the valency, you will get BaCl2 aqueous solution. You take in a test tube, add it to sulfuric acid, dilute solution, aqueous solution, means dilute sulfuric acid. When you add, so the ions that are exchanged are this Ba plus 2 and SO4 minus 2. Ba plus 2, SO4 minus 2 will exchange here, means Ba will go to the place of here, SO4 will come here, and it will form BaSO4, and the hydrogen and chlorine will combine forming HCl. The product will be barium sulfate. Write the formula of barium sulfate plus hydrochloric acid. Check your ability to write formula along with symbols. So you can write the precipitate. It is a thick white precipitate, solid, arrow mark downward. It is a thick white PPT. Precipitate is formed. Barium sulfate, insoluble. Therefore, it is also double displacement reaction. Plus hydrochloric acid HCl aqua. Now balance the equations. Barium metal you balance. Barium 1 atom, barium 1 atom. Correct answer. Barium sulfate plus HCl, balance it. Your answer is correct. Correct. Satvik. Barium sulfate plus HCl. Observe how many hydrogen atoms on the left? 2. Therefore, take 2 HCl. There are 2 chlorine atoms and the equation is balanced. This is second example of a precipitation reaction as well as a double displacement reaction. You take another example. When you pass lead nitrate solution, colorless, lead nitrate solution, when you add potassium iodide, these are the reactants. What is the formula of lead nitrate? Lead nitrate. Yes, lead nitrate formula. It is colorless, PbNO3 twice. Because it is a compound radical, valency of lead is +2, nitrate is -1. Check in your list. Cross the valency. Undergo. Those are not studied my bridge course. In detail, I taught you how to write formula. Here, balancing also you learnt. Potassium iodide, aqueous solution. Observe. Both of them are colorless. This is also colorless. This is also colorless. Guess the product or ions that are exchanged. Here the ions exchanged in the reactant are Pb +2 and I -1. Both of them will combine and form a yellow colored precipitate. What is the color? Yes, you have to balance it. You will get the products. Products will be lead iodide. Lead iodide will be a yellow colored precipitate plus potassium nitrate. They will exchange the ions and this reaction potassium nitrate, whatever ions, this iodide will come with lead and nitrate will go with potassium. This exchange of ions takes place. Therefore, the reaction is called as a double displacement reaction. No conditions are required. At room temperature only reaction takes place. Now you have to write the formula of lead iodide precipitate, yellow colored precipitate. What is the formula of lead iodide? Pb +2, I -1. The formula should be PbI2. Why? +2 -1. Cross the valency. It is a solid. Yellow colored lead iodide is formed. Lead iodide is precipitated. Plus you are getting potassium nitrate K +1, NO3 -1. Therefore, the formula is KNO3. This will be in aqueous solution. Yellow colored lead iodide is precipitated. Balance the equation. How many lead atoms on the left? 1. How many lead atoms on the right? 1. Yes, 2 Ki. Correct answer. You have to take NO3 is twice. Therefore, you have to take 2 Ki. Now, iodide, 2 iodine are balanced and potassium atoms are 2 KNO3. Nitrate groups are also 2 here, 2 and the equation is balanced. Satvik, correct answer. Yes, without balancing, you are going against the law of conservation of mass. Therefore, after writing spherical equation, it is mandatory according to chemistry, according to the law of mass action. I explained you while balancing the chemical equation, why a chemical equation is to be balanced in the earlier classes. You can just watch those videos of the bridge course available in the channel. For new joiners, newcomers, don't worry, you can watch at your free time and make those things perfect on holidays or whenever you are free. Fourth one, you take sodium sulfate plus barium chloride are the reactants. You take in 2 test tube solution, you have to take in aqueous solution barium chloride, it is also solution. When both the solutions are mixed, guess the products. So you can easily guess the products. Try to write the reaction. Yes. What is sodium sulfate? Sodium sulfate formula NaSO4. Is it right or wrong? What is the sodium sulfate formula? Correct answer PbI2 KNO3. Correct answer Sanvi. Satvik. Correct answer. Now sodium sulfate formula. Sulfate is -2, sodium is +1. Cross the valency. Na2SO4 aqua. Barium chloride, just now you wrote it as BaCl2 aqua. When you mix them, can you guess the product? Ions that are exchanged. Barium +2 from barium chloride, sulfate -2 are exchanged here and form a thick white precipitate of barium sulfate. Given the name, you must be in a position to write the formula. That will improve, and it is a precipitate. Barium sulfate is a thick white precipitate. What you are left with? You are left with sodium chloride. You can easily guess sodium chloride. The insoluble substances will form the precipitate. See, you can get a barium sulfate precipitate, BaSO4. Give an example of precipitation reaction. It is a thick white PPT. You can see in the laboratory. If you in your school there is a laboratory, you can see. Plus CBSE students will have the laboratory facility, not the state students. You have to just guess it. Sodium chloride will be aqueous. Now balance the equation. BaSO4, balance it. NaSO4 pratham, wrong nomenclature. Satvik, correct answer. Na2SO4 BaCl2 BaSO4 NaCl. Correct. Satvik correct. Pratham sodium sulfate wrong. Yes. Correct. Sanvi. Correct. BaSO4 NaCl. Correct. It is a thick white precipitate. Correct answer. Now balance the equation. Once you write it, it is called as skeletal equation. I taught you in the balancing. How many sodium atoms on the left? 2. Therefore, to balance it, you have to write 2 NaCl. How many sodium atoms on the left? 2. On the right, 2. Barium atom 1. Balanced. Sulfate group is 1 here. Here also sulfate group is 1. Chlorine atoms are 2. And the equation is balanced. If the equation is not balanced, you will be punished with at least a half mark. If the reaction appears for 1 mark, if it is not balanced, the formula is right, formula is wrong, you will get 0 marks. No chemistry teacher tolerates wrong formula and imbalanced chemical equation. It should be perfectly balanced. You take a copper sulfate, another example. When you pass with hydrogen sulfide, one extra reaction to you. Guess the products. Write the formula first. What is the formula of the copper sulfate? Copper sulfate, very popular, number of times we have used it. Aqueous solution. And hydrogen sulfide, when you take the aqueous solution of it, In that Cu plus 2 and S minus 2 will combine, form a black precipitate of cupric sulfide, black, and you can get the sulfuric acid H2SO4 aqua, black colored. These are exchanged. Write the equation, check whether the equation is balanced. Copper 1 atom, 1 atom. Sulfate 1 group, sulfur, how many sulfur atoms? 1 plus 1, 2 sulfur atoms, 1 plus 1, 2 sulfur atoms. Oxygen atoms are 4. Here we can count 4. Hydrogen atoms are 2, 2, and the equation is balanced. And the equation is balanced. Correct, Sanvi. This reaction, copper sulfate plus S2S. Different examples of double displacement reaction you studied. Write the reactions. Next, I will give you one very simple reaction. Check what type of reaction it is. Number of times you studied this. You take aqueous solution of sodium hydroxide, aqueous solution of hydrochloric acid. Can you guess the product and name the reaction? And check whether it is a double displacement reaction. And I will give another one also. S2SO4 aqua plus potassium hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide aqua. Guess the product. I will take hydrochloric acid aqua plus magnesium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide Mg plus 2 OH minus 1. It is a base. Aqua. Now, can any one of you identify these reactions? They are sodium hydroxide is a hydrochloric acid is. Sodium hydroxide is a base. Hydrochloric acid is an acid. Remember, when an acid reacts with the base, it will form salt plus water. Salt plus water. What this reaction is called as? What this reaction is called as? Name of the reaction. Name of the reaction. Note, the name of reaction is neutralization reaction. Note, neutralization reactions. Neutralization reaction is double displacement reaction. Remember, I will explain you. Have a note. Double displacement reaction. Double displacement reaction. Double displacement reaction. Hang noted. Here Na plus Cl minus, they are exchanged, forming simplest reaction, forming sodium chloride salt. Sodium chloride, here double displacement reaction takes place. H and OH will combine. This is aqueous solution plus H2O liquid. Therefore, all these reactions, here also K plus 1, sulfate minus 2, ions are exchanged. Therefore, neutralization reaction, remember this, is a double displacement reaction. Some multiple choice question may be asked, I will show you later. Potassium sulfate, what is the formula of potassium sulfate? Potassium K plus 1, sulfate SO4 minus 2. Therefore, you have to write the formula potassium sulfate as K2SO4 aqua plus water will be in the liquid state. They are in the aqueous solution. Similarly, magnesium plus 2, chlorine minus 1, you will get magnesium chloride MgCl2 aqua, because plus 2 minus 1, cross the valency. Master writing formula, then you can play chemistry like football. Balance the equation. Check whether the first equation is balanced. Sodium 1 atom, 1 atom. Then hydrogen, two atoms, two atoms. Chlorine, one atom, one atom. Oxygen, one atom, one atom. First equation is balanced, need not touch it. Second equation, first of all you balance potassium. Then you balance sulfur, then hydrogen, then oxygen. How many potassium atoms? One. Here there are two. Therefore, you must take 2 KOH. Now the potassium atoms are balanced. What about sulfur atom? Sulfur atom is 1, 1, it is balanced. How many hydrogen atoms? 2 plus 2 becomes 4. 4 means I must take hydrogen 2s2. Now count the number of oxygen atoms. Here sulfur atom is 1, 1. Oxygen atoms are 4 plus 2, 6. Here 4 plus 2, 6. Oxygen atoms are balanced. Hydrogen atoms are balanced and the equation is balanced. Balancing very important in the reaction, chemical reactions and equations. Very important. Writing correct formula, balancing is a basic thing. Improve it. Without this, you don't start learning the chapter. Magnesium. Check whether the equation is balanced. Magnesium, one atom balanced. First you balance magnesium, then you balance chlorine, then hydrogen, last oxygen. Magnesium, one atom, metals first, then non-metals. Chlorine, how many chlorine atoms are there on the left? 1. How many are there on the right? 2. Therefore, you must take 2 HCl. Now, count the number of chlorine atoms are balanced. Hydrogen atoms, 2 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen. How many? 4 hydrogen. Therefore, I must make it as 2s2. 2 to the 4 hydrogen. Now, automatically oxygen will be balanced. How many oxygen atoms? 2 oxygen atoms. Here, 2 oxygen atoms. And the equation is balanced. Have a note of it. It is both the displacement reaction. No, double displacement. Yes, a double displacement reaction as well as neutralization reaction. I hope you understood this reaction. That completes the study of double displacement reaction. More than sufficient if you learn these many examples. More than sufficient than your textbook. I have given some extra also. I hope all of you noted. Now I will give you some reactions. You just observe what is happening in these reactions to learn the last reactions. I hope all of you noted this. Let us continue with the last type of reactions called as redox reactions. Very important reaction and last reaction to complete the chapter. Almost we are in the last part. Next period almost I am completing it and we'll take a test. We'll solve some questions here. Some moderate tough questions, multiple choice questions. I will solve some variety. Tough questions from your textbook I will select. I will discuss them. Easy questions you can answer. I will write some reactions here. You balance. Name this compound. I will write a compound. ZNO. What is the name of this compound? Now I will give the formula. You name them. Is the formula correct? Zn plus 2, O minus 2. Formula is correct. What is the name of it? Name of it. Plus, I will write symbol, carbon. It is a solid. Zinc oxide is solid. So, when you treat it, you will get the products. Zn solid. Use some place above and below. Whenever you write these reactions, you leave some place above and below. 1 or 2 lines you leave to learn redox reactions. Redox reactions. Now, the product is CO. What is the name of this gas? What is the name of this gas? What is the name of this gas? This is yes, zinc oxide, correct answer. What is the name of this compound? I will write formula now. You have to write the name. This one is called as CO, is called as carbon. If there is one monoxide, poisonous gas it is. Carbon dioxide is not poisonous. Carbon monoxide, remember, is a poisonous gas. Poisonous gas. Balance equation. Zinc 1 atom, zinc 1 atom. Oxygen 1 atom, oxygen 1 atom. Carbon 1 atom, balanced. Now what happened to the zinc oxide in this? Zinc oxide is converted to zinc. Observe. This carbon is converted into carbon monoxide. What happened to this zinc oxide? Zinc oxide lost one oxygen. Loss of one oxygen. Here carbon gained one electron. Gain of one oxygen. Observe here. Such a reaction in which a particular compound loses one oxygen atom and here gains one oxygen atom. If it gains one oxygen atom, gain of oxygen is called as oxidation reaction. Loss of oxygen is called as reduction reaction. Are you getting me? In this example, whenever a particular substance gains oxygen, then it is called as oxidation reaction. If it loses oxygen, loss of oxygen, then it is called as reduction. Carefully remember, never confuse. In this reaction, do you think both reduction as well as oxidation is taking place? Such a reaction is called as red for reduction, ox for oxidation, redox reaction. I hope you understood what is the meaning of redox reaction. One of the definitions. First of all, we will define what is oxidation. Oxidation reaction. Oxidation reaction. Old definition, because earlier these particular reactions where oxidation and reductions were defined on the basis of oxygen. Nowadays it is changed to electronic transfer after the atomic structure is established. Old definition it is oxidation. You can define the reaction which involves gain of oxygen, underline the word, gain of oxygen, or loss of hydrogen, underline, remember, gain of oxygen or loss of hydrogen is called oxidation reaction. Oxidation reaction. First you write the definition, and you can even easily remember ox means oxidation, has got two meanings, plus O minus H. This is a trick to remember. Remember, ox is addition of oxygen, minus represents removal of hydrogen. Keep this in your mind, that will help you. In this particular reaction, which is oxidized, carbon has gained one oxygen atom, therefore it is oxidation. Gain plus oxygen. Zinc oxide, loss of oxygen, is called as reduction. Let us define reduction. You will be asked to define inverted comma the reaction. Old definition, which involves which involves the reaction which involves which involves which involves which involves gain of hydrogen gain of hydrogen gain of hydrogen or loss of oxygen is called reduction. Try to understand clearly. I'll give the tricks. Red have this memory map, minus O plus H, khalas. Reduction means removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen. I hope you understood. Here zinc oxide is reduced to zinc. Carbon is said to be oxidized. Which is oxidized? Carbon is oxidized. And zinc is reduced. Zinc oxide is reduced to zinc anta helbeku. Zinc oxide is reduced to zinc. Carbon is oxidized to carbon monoxide. Okay, I will take more examples in the last class. Next period will be last class of the first chapter. And study well. Tomorrow we will have trigonometry. Next level, another one period I will take. Then I will start application of trigonometry. Very important to measure heights and distances. That is one of the tough chapters. Generally, we will get 4 marks question on it. And another one period I will take. Tomorrow we will continue with trigonometric identities. At the same time, there is a change in the time. Maths will be 8 to 9 combined for all classes. Okay, only chemistry is separated. Okay. That's all, my dear students. Eat well, sleep well, keep your mind and body fit. Take a deep breath whenever you feel tension. Therefore, I ask you to take deep breaths. 8 to 10 deep breaths you take before you start study or before you start writing exam in the examination hall. Generally, deep breathing will reduce your tension because your brain will get more oxygen. There is a scientific reason behind Indian method of pranayama, meditation. They are all scientifically proved. Follow Indian style, prayer, meditation and breathing exercises will definitely improve your brain capacity and your sharpness, your application skill required for a science student. That's all, my dear students. Meet you tomorrow. Bye bye. See you.